I'm Tony Lockhart here, and I've got a quick video primarily going to be on tap centering and updates. Alright, so let's get started. Right now I'm using some Amico Underglaze, and I'm doing some Underglaze painting on some bowls. These bowls are going to have rainbow stripes on them, and this will be for the Pride series that I'm working on. Now what's pretty cool is I have a shop that's going to represent me, and they're going to sell the pottery that I create, so I'm really excited about that. Yeah, I really love just making the pottery, and it's kind of tough to go and do all this selling and marketing and stuff like that, so instead I'm going to get somebody else to do it for me because that's their expertise. And yeah, I can focus on doing the thing I love, which is making. So let's talk about tap centering. I found that if you just give the pot little light taps, and then if you get kind of like a low to medium speed going on the wheel, it will eventually get into place magically. But also one other thing is kind of as you're tapping, try to coordinate so you could see like the bowl does get closer to your finger, which is a stationary point. And if you can coordinate and time it properly, what you could do is to give the bowl a little nudge right before it hits, and then it will go into center. The bowls that I have are not always perfectly round, a little wobble to them, so I find that I pay attention to the stripes, because the stripes are the things I just painted and they're usually a lot more round. So just like little tap. There it is. It's kind of like magic. I'm sure it's like centrifugal force or something, and it's not magic, but it's always fun to say magic. So anyways, I got a nice low speed to the wheel, low to medium, and putting my finger on top of the pot just to give it a little stability. And there we go. Let's do another one, and then I'll talk about what I'm doing with the brush. So I find when you're doing this type of thing, this is just the way I kind of throw pots. I like having a certain kind of fluidity. So let me try to get this in frame. What I will do is, instead of putting the brush way out here where it's just about to barely reach the bowl, I'll get my hand a little bit closer. And by getting my hand closer to the wheel, I have a range. So based on how I rotate my hand, I can get the brush farther away, or I could get the brush closer to the actual pottery. So if you've got a pot that's kind of wobbly like this one, like really pay attention to that part at the bottom. You see how it kind of like, it gets close and then it gets far away? It's because it's not 100% perfectly round. So what I found is, if I put the brush a little bit closer inwards, the pot will push the brush outwards. But the thing is, you can't have too tight of a grip on your brush as you're trying to do these stripes. You gotta have a little bit of fluidity, so it kind of pushes the brush around back and forth. So I found it's better to have the brush closer towards the center axis, because the pottery will push the brush outwards. If you're too far outwards, it's not like your hand will go back in, and then you'll have gaps or missed spots as you're doing your stripes. Alright, there we go. Let's do one more, and then should be done with this video. Yeah, so at any rate, in order to get representation at that small shop here in South Pasadena, my wife just called, and it might have been a call or it might have been an Instagram thing. She was like, hey, would you guys be interested in showing or selling the work of another ceramicist? And their response was like, yeah, just send us pictures. We'll check it out. So anyways, we sent a bunch of pictures, and I got my Instagram account up and running again, and I put a bunch of photos on it. But really, like, the shop owner saw the work that I was doing and figured out, okay, there'd be a good market for it. She would be able to sell that stuff. So now it's nice because I'll be able to get stuff on consignment. And you know, gallery owner gets a cut, or the shop owner gets a cut, which I'm perfectly fine with. It'll be good because it'll support a local business. I'll get a cut also, and then it's cool because, you know, I don't have to store anything if I have stuff on consignment. I just get to make accordingly, and, you know, hopefully the stuff sells and it doesn't sit there. All right, guys, have a great day. Thanks. Bye-bye.